we're making something very simple today, and the idea is that we are using straws of two different thicknesses, which you realize why we are doing that. We have a very simple name for this experiment as a straw propeller, and there's a technical name which we've added called action reaction straw propeller. You'll see why it's called that later. But we start with this so-called fat straw, slightly fatter than the normal straw, sometimes used by some milkshake people to make drinks. So we start with this. The first thing is, if I have to find the middle point of a straw like this, the midpoint, how do I do that? I don't have a scale. I don't have something to measure.
Approximately, before you will find
approximately measure.
on the midpoint you can locate.
How do we approximately measure?
Like using your finger.
Okay. So if this is 1 finger length,
Yeah.
then how do I know the midpoint?
The point will be half of that means between these two lines.
Okay. So that's one way of doing it. to
Folding.
measure. The other one, which is probably easier and will almost get the exact half, is by what you suggest. You fold it such that
Fold it.
fold it like this, and then this will be exact midpoint, right? If these two align. So let's all fold it and keep it folded like this. And then don't cut. You can cut the ends too. Once you made the fold, or you can adjust the fold such that you get the midpoint. Then here, of course, there are open ends. But here, two corners have formed. What we want to do is cut those corners without fully cutting the straw. So first look at what I'm doing. So at approximately 45 angles. So not like this and not like this, but approximately at 45 degrees we cut on one side and we also cut on the other side. So you have this kind of triangular form, but it should, if you cut too much, then your straw will break into two pieces. We don't want to do that. So like you are almost cutting too much, I think. So the straw will definitely break into. So that's too close. So there should be about 4-5 millimeters of gap here, so that when you open it, well, don't open it yet. What do you think will be the shape of the hole that we've made? Why do you say that? What made you guess that?
Rectangle or hexagon or something?
You're saying rectangular, hexagon, you're saying diamond. Any other guesses?
Which one?
What will be the shape of the hole that we've made without opening it?
Must be open.
Yeah. But guess without before opening. So that's another thing in science. Even if you make a wrong guess, the guess has to be made before the experiment.
Okay.
Otherwise,
So I'll stay with rectangle.
You're saying rectangle. Okay. You're saying diamond. What about you?
No, I agree with that. The cuts.
It's oval.
Oval, you're saying. Okay. What, when this was folded like this, what was the... Basically, this has been folded and we've cut off a piece, right? So what's the shape of this piece that we've cut off?
It's a triangle.
It's a triangle. And it's a triangle that's folded in two, right? So when you have two triangles add up like this, you should open it and you will get a diamond. It may... If it's exactly at
about to cut.
if you've done it exactly at 45 degrees, then this length and this length are equal. So then you'll get, if you look at it like this, you'll get a nice rhombus. All four sides are equal. So the rhombus is also a special case of a diamond, or a parallelogram. We can talk a little bit about shapes here. The idea is to kind of visualize that I've folded something in half and I've made a triangle cut, taken off a triangle. Open the fold and the two triangles add up to give us a nice diamond shape or a rocket. You know if this is of adequate size if when you put the small straw through that hole, it should be, the fat straw should be very loose around the small straw. So I can even blow like this and find that it rotates quite easily. So that's good enough for me to know that the hole is of adequate size. If it's getting stuck and all that, it means the hole is too small, in which case then I fold it again and can always make
If
slightly.
it's more also, do not matter.
More is okay unless it's too much. If the swinging is from side to side is too much, you'll have an issue later. But from prima facie and first look, it looks like
Small.
yours is okay.
Slightly, it's okay.
It's okay. As long as this happens, you see. So that's all work right now with the thin straw. We go back to the fat straw. There are two ways of looking at it. One is through the holes, and one is if I don't look at the holes. So let's assume that all of us are looking through the holes of the fat straw. Then what I need to do is press the back and the front of the straw at both ends. Not the top and the bottom, but the back and the front. Okay? Because our intention now is to actually close the ends. Okay? So what I will do, so just visualize that back and front I'm pressing while looking at the straw, where each of you can also cut two small pieces of tape. So you need about 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter of tape on two pieces of tape. So around that much tape each is what you need. So you can go ahead and cut those two pieces of tape for yourself.
Close it, this back.
Yeah, so first cut the tapes. This was just for you to first visualize what it means to look at the holes and close the back and front.
Do it first time because he's trained. Yeah, he knows very well.
So everyone has two pieces of tape and they still have their fat straw. Right? So what we'll go back to that step where we are squeezing the ends. Now there are two ways to seal the hole. Well, one of them is more effective. One is by putting tape around like this. What happens there is you roll the tape around like this, and after some time it opens up and the hole comes back. So what we want to do is actually tape over the edge so that we close it. So we are still holding it like this, looking at the hole, press back and front, and I tape the ends, and I do the same with both ends.
Completely cover it.
Completely cover it so that there is no hole now at the end. So again, don't go round like this, go over the edge.
Both sides.
Both sides. You find that maybe there are some extra bits of tape and you don't like the look of it. You can always trim it off so that when I look at it, it's like a nice rectangular piece now with two holes. If I squeeze it like this, it looks like a rectangle. Right? The whole straw is just a small strip like that with a diamond hole in the middle.
This side put in the wrong.
Which have you put in the wrong?
Is a flower like this one, right one.
So which is wrong, you think?
This way, this is
you have pressed wrong.
Left is yeah.
You've pressed up and down.
I'll remove it.
That's a good test because even in a class of 20 or in 20 teachers, we
Right.
give this instruction, and in spite of, so if you don't give any instruction, typically maths tells us that half the people will tape it like this rather than like this. But even giving instruction, we find that about 20% of the people, so about 1 in 5 children or 1 in 5 teachers, tape it the way we've told them not to tape it, in spite of saying it. So instruction doesn't help. It's making mistakes that helps. And it's the mistake that when you do it the way Sir did it on one of the sides, if kids do it that way, we let them leave it that way unless they realize their mistake right. And then when they actually play with it at the end, they'll find that it doesn't work. It's only when something doesn't work that you realize why things actually work. Whereas if things work, you don't think about why they work. And if things don't work, you want to make it work, so then that creates it. But how education work or how our education system works is exactly the opposite. We congratulate people who get everything right, and if people get wrong, then we mark them down. But it's most likely the person who's getting it wrong that is going to learn more than the person who's got it right. Anyway, so now we have a straw piece with both sides completely sealed. We need to do one more job with this fat straw, and that is I'll cut two corners so that holes are created at the corners. So I can choose any one corner first, and the second corner has to be the corner that is diagonally
opposite.
So again, like that cut we had made first, we just cut off that corner, and now I have two holes, one here and one here. So if I cut this corner, then I cut this corner. If I cut this corner, then I cut that corner. These are diagonally opposite corners. So you have cut that corner. So you cut both corners from the same side. Very nice. That's another variation.
So this correct.
Diagonally opposite. So then your work with the fat straw is over. You can leave it down for now, as long as it doesn't blow in the wind, it will stay there. Each of you now have a piece of thin straw as well. You want to make a single hole on this straw, but remember last time we folded the fat straw in the middle. We don't do that with the thin straw. With the thin straw, we fold around half a centimeter from one end. So I say even 2 to 3 millimeters from one end. So it's literally just making a kind of fold like this on one end, and again two corners have formed. I will just cut one of those corners so that I make a single hole like that. Hole on just one of the corners. So now you have one diamond hole near the end of your thin straw. Okay, and your toy is now ready. So once everyone has done that, they can place this straw back in the fat straw like we had tested before. But again, this diamond hole, you will notice, because we've made it close to the end, I can keep my finger to block the straw from falling off, as well as block this hole here. And
This hole should be blocked with it.
this far end hole I blocked with my finger.
That's all. The other one.
Other hole, everything remains open.
Okay.
You have to ensure that this hole is quite near the end of the straw. I think yours is quite far from the straw.
You should cut it now
You
with
can
the.
cut it such that it becomes closer to the end.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Little more in that corner.
Yeah. So you can cut just the end of the straw.
Here.
Yeah.
I'll go to this one. It's a bit small, but it's okay.
It will be within that. Squeezers coming in the way.
It is going.
See, so fast.
Rotating. Looks okay. I think the small one may be a bit small. Too small. So let's enlarge it a little bit.